Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I am Gypsy Girl, here to give you another monthly reading for the Earth element. This reading will go from mid-October because it is actually the day following the eclipse that I'm doing this reading. So this will go for mid-October into mid-November. So what I'm projecting may not come to fruition until the end of November, or may take longer depending on your situation. But this reading is geared for the mid-month following into the mid-November. For the air, sorry, I did the same for the air elements. I'm still thinking of air. But for earth elements, anywhere in your chart, you will be affected. Again, this is for mid-October into mid-November. What are the messages for the earth elements? Thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping us safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. What are the messages for the earth element? What do they need to know for mid-October into mid-November? The layout is still the same. I haven't changed that just yet, but I am working on a new spread. Haven't decided how far I will take that, but the monthly readings, I think I will keep this layout, where the first line is all about the viewer. The earth element, and if you're not the earth element, then you may look at the second line in respect to how you are affected. The second line is for the significant other. Or if there is no significant other, then it is basically anyone outside of your circle, people you work with, family, friends, associates. Yeah, just making sure. New setup is, I'm still getting used to it. The way the camera is angled has me a little, not nervous, but because I can't really do a retake on a reading. It's a free-flowing thing. So the third line is the outcome of this read, in respect to how you and the next or other people are communicating. We have here the Knave of Swords, so there's a truth either being discovered or divulged, but looking into, and it is destined. Emperor, truth about an emperor, betrayal of a king, for commitment. Tower is coming down because of work that is done, that is being rewarded, that has been seen, has been recognized. Working in a group, working in a team. King. The king is betrayed, or the king is betraying the emperor. Always betraying himself, bringing down his own ego with the truth. As they say, the truth will set you free, because there is a commitment for happiness that is being destroyed, healed and destroyed at the same time. It's as if there's a mixing and a molding of commitments, where you either have to choose one or the other because you are not able to maintain both parties. Something has to give somewhere. And that is where commitment is crashing because of work that was done in the past. Higher knowledge, going into that, I keep thinking contract. It's a soul contract. If it isn't marriage, then it is a relationship that is blended and bound from deep, deep, deep within, from old history, whether it is in this lifetime or many lifetimes before. But there is a question of integrity that is stalemating this contract with a soul that needs to heal. It's quite clear. There is a healing of a relationship, and the commitment is being destroyed, or the commitment is to destroy the work that was done in the past. It can go either in a lot of direction. Anyway, let's see how. I guess we'll figure out more about this when we look into the cards here. Now this is for the earth element, so it is a slow process, and again it is relating to work done in the past, starting with the 7. And for the viewer, whether you are earth element or not, there is a question of taking a relationship to a higher level and then walking away because of self-love, or that abundance, that generosity, that unconditional love. Walking away brings in that unconditional love. So it's a question of wanting to get married and then leaving that idea, or walking away from a marriage to keep that self, or to search for that self-love. In other words, you don't want to get married, you want to take time for yourself, which is not a bad idea, especially after this eclipse, because this reading is following the eclipse. In fact, all of the element readings are following the eclipse. I'm doing them on the same day. So it is a question of turning and walking away, but this one is looking at the idea of taking a relationship to a higher level because of what was done in the past. It is an investment. The investment to take on a higher level of commitment because of the investment, but then walking away because there is a need for self-love, which will bring in that King of Pentacles, that stability, that generosity spills over into the generosity of the King of Pentacles. Now this again, this falls into the second line, but I see the first line. On the first view, everything relates to the first line, and then it spills into the next. So here this King in particular, or leader, because it doesn't matter if it is male or female, depending on the self. In relation to the self, it just shows that you have your own leadership set in place. You are prosperous, you are self-sufficient. If you are not your own business owner, you are able to work on your own and hold your own, but you want to celebrate. You take a look at this here, because it ends with a celebration. In what you've invested, you get to celebrate. So there is a success here. There is a choice that is agonizing. The question of leaving is agonizing. Being forced to choose, and I say being forced because it is high arcana. This is a divinely guided choice. So you're allowing yourself to be led by spirit. And the anxiety, we will take cards on that. The anxiety is to allow spirit, where you're pushing and pulling as to, well, should I or shouldn't I? And in the end you say, well, you know what, I give it up. I give it up to to my higher self. I give it up to God. I give it up to the Spirit. I give it up to the universe. It is to the higher power that this decision will be taken, because your decision to leave is agonizing. But then you know that you'll go off into smooth waters and there will be satisfaction. So something good will come from the leaving. And this is for the viewer. And in respect to the next person, if it is your significant other, then you may be wondering if they are leaving you. But the Eight of Cups represents you leaving. So then someone else is worried that you will be leaving. The partnership is concerned in very high levels of concern, very nervous and anxious and worried that you will leave. They don't want you to leave. There is patience here. The satisfaction will come. And working on the details, discussing, going off into smooth waters. There's that need for wanting to go into that relationship. They want a relationship with you. They don't want you to leave. They want to have a relationship with you. Okay, let's see. This is pretty much stagnating around relationship. If it is in relation to work, where you have to choose if you want to continue working where you are, there is an anxiety at work, whether it is yours or it's someone else's, but there is leadership that is questionable. Worried about the leadership at work is possible. But then there is patience that is suggested, strongly suggested by the environment or the next person, to be patient and just wait it out, and things will get better. And you will get a promotion, or they will get a promotion if it is you are trying to console them or encourage them to take on a higher position. See what the Seven of Coins is all about. Another 7, so it's very difficult to choose. But then there is that Queen of Pentacles wants to leave. Queen of Pentacles is a question of King and Queen matching here. She wants to end the cycle. She wants to heal. Oh, there's that emotion, deep emotion, because the wanting to leave is to find that self-love. See, and have that courage, emotionally, that courage is very, very strong. The love is, she has very strong love. You know, it is understandable because she represents the Empress on Earth. And in this respect here, it's very emotional. This is a time. Yeah, let's see what else. Okay, so we'll finish it off with the 13. Again, the regret, the truth, changing direction. Okay, we'll not go further than that. Here it is where the investment, you see, emotionally invested. Having courage to take that step forward, to bring out and change what is no longer serving us, and have the courage to step away and make the change. She's willing to do it. She wants to do it. She is aching to clear up this, close off this cycle and heal emotionally. She has the courage. She's very determined to go off. You see, this is where it is going to end up with that self-love. She'll go off on her own. So let's see what the Eight of Cups represents here. Again, it comes back to where we just left off. So regret of not having the truth, or having the truth take a turn. Because of the truth, direction is taken, and then there is a judgment call for the mind games going on. The focus, there it is. Self-love, not having enough, wanting to make new plans, taking a chance, with the ego. There. Having the truth and clarity. Okay, so, well, it's a reason to leave, eh? Regretting some truth that didn't come up or needs to come up. There's some regret here that needs to be talked about, which will change the direction and close off the mind games completely. Because the mind games don't seem to want to end. For this queen, she's deciding to leave and go off on her own and find her happiness. And she's able to do it because of her focus. And she's making sure to keep an eye on the indulgence that's keeping her in the cold. That's why she's making sure to follow destiny. Because there will be a victory. Because of the truth. That's what she wants. You see? Here she's holding on to the truth and it's going to end with the truth. And she will walk away. Let's see what the 9 represents. If it's a question of I want to leave, I'm not sure, because that's what this is. Eh? We're being honest here. It's on both sides. What does this 9 represent? King of Swords. So it's called truth. See that 10? That 9 plus the 1 here? It's called truth. That's what needs to come out. And rightly so. It's a question of making new plans and having a celebration, remembering where the love came from and wanting to end the burden of it. This is where the patience comes in. Eh? And this is all about the king here. We'll take a card for that because of the manifestation. Working out the boundaries. Or standing in the boundaries, building up the boundaries. Around love, it's emotional. King wants to have and is making his plans and doing it ever so passionately, wanting to speak and have a new beginning, taking it slowly. The plan is to take it slowly. You see, there's a lot of plans going on. This is where the nervousness comes from, because not wanting you to leave is why he's strategizing, because this king is strategizing. Patiently. Well, not so patiently, but will be patiently moving forward to make a new beginning, because that is what is wanted here. The anxiety is in this king making the strategy. He's very emotional and passionate about it, a new beginning. But he wants to do that slowly and go on to a new path that will include marriage. You see, there is somebody who really does want to keep their queen. But the queen wants to leave. And she has reason to. She feels justified in her wanting to leave because of the strategy, the betrayal. Because in this deck, this is all about plotting and scheming, and doing it ever so emotionally, passionately. Wanting to create a new path with stability. So it is on borderline confusion here, even though there is no confusion card. But with this strategy here, this plotting and scheming, this is where the confusion comes in. And this is what makes the queen want to leave. But it is confused in its own way. Let's see, what is the King of Swords? Sorry, King of Pentacles represent? Yeah, working on the details, you see? For destiny to take place. Again, the Four of Pentacles. Just holding on to what you love and holding back. Not wanting to be alone. Looking for that forgiveness and wanting to speak and heal and take things in a new direction. That's what that king wants. So it's a question of making up his mind. And the queen is going to help him to do that by walking away, because then he'll have to make up his mind if he really wants her. That's holding back, because that's what's stopping him. He's holding back on what he really wants, what he really loves. He's not telling the truth, or he needs to tell the truth, or he needs to be specifically clear about what it is that he really loves. If he's not, he's just borderline. He wants to keep her, but he doesn't want to tell her why. Or he wants to have more time, but he doesn't want to say why. It's a question of healing, yeah? Because it's a question of healing what it is that you know you want. Being able to stand in that truth. It's an inner turmoil that is going on with that Nine of Swords. And the king himself is torn between wanting his own pace of living freely, and at the same time he wants to have a commitment. So he wants to keep one foot in the world of freedom and then the other foot into a commitment so he doesn't feel alone. Well, you still have some growing up to do then, if that is the case. And that is a message to the person who is trying to hold on to two. And if it is that it is you, earth element, that you are confused or you're not able to decide, then you need to take time alone with yourself, because that's where you're guided to go. It's the only way you'll find your own truth and happiness, if you spend time with yourself. And we have this the Six of Swords. What does that represent? See that higher contract. I keep thinking contract, but it's a contract of the soul. It's being held back because of integrity. You need to stand in it. You need to make that choice. See, going into that marriage, wanting it, celebrating it, following intuition, doing it with enthusiasm. But following the Queen. See, following the Queen of Wands is that determination. So there's an encouragement here for the truth, which is justified. Again, it's a karmic relationship. That's where all this truth is coming from. It's a karmic relationship, because the only way you'll have peace of mind is if you speak your truth and you live in it, stand in it, and uphold yourself in it, because you're being blocked. Spirit is saying you need time out to look and see and understand and really make up your mind and make a sacrifice. Take the higher ground instead of trying to convince and manipulate your way into a relationship or out of, depending on your situation, because it seems to be intuition, and it's okay. The intuition here is to be enthusiastic, following enthusiastically what it is that you really want, but knowing that you have to make a sacrifice. See, it's in depth. It is deep within. This is like we're going within. We really are going within here, because the true peace of mind is having everything you want, but you know that what you want, you can't seem to get it in the way you want it. And this is where you know you need to make a sacrifice. It's in the earth. If you have, I mean, I see a lot of air going on here, so you might want to listen to the air element. But in the earth, lost my trend. Yeah, it's to do with the intuition. It's deep within, and it is in your enthusiasm. So you find that when you're in a good mood, you're very in tune. When you get to be in that state of lethargy, you lose connect with everything and everyone, and you're trying to come through and have that victory. But this is justice, and this is how it is meant to go. You will find your way. It is karmically written. You will have that peace. You will get that satisfaction. It's going to take a little while. It's going to take a little while. And again, you have to look forward to November, but the end of October there is another moon, and that is another eclipse that we need to pay attention to, because the changes that are occurring as of this reading on the I say on the reading, as of the eclipse on the 14th, that will in turn be affected by the eclipse on the 29th. So whatever change is going on now is subject to change again. It's quite quickly and dramatically too. Again, I didn't ask, I just opened, and this 3, again, it comes back to what is karmic here. Because of work that you've done in the past, it's coming around again. It's bringing that fruition, or I wouldn't say stalemate, because there is, well, yeah, the 7 here. So it's bringing transformation, it's bringing truth, it's bringing stability, it's bringing justice. It's all coming into your own earth element. Wherever you have earth in your chart, you're going to feel that shift, because the nodes have shifted as well, eh? And right now that Libra is making us think logically. It's making us think the difference between right and wrong. It's making us pay more attention to what we really believe in and what we really want from our relationships, because, well, that's where the node is. It's in the 7th house. So we're looking into how we relate with ourselves through other people, with other people, that communication, that self-love, that generosity, and that humility. All of those things are being brought up to the surface that will help us make our choices. Again, it's all about the truth. Let's see what this 3 of Cups represents. Close off with that. Again, it's a commitment. So celebrating a commitment for marriage, healing, and abundance, reciprocity, disappointments. Again, the moon with the 10 of Pentacles for that offer. So we're going around. What goes around comes around. But in this case, again, like I just said, the next moon, whatever is going on now may come into that healing as relationships go, doing this intuitively, following the instinct, and the abundance that will come from the healing will bring in that reciprocity for the disappointments of the past. And secrecy that created the disappointment in itself, it's going to come to an end. There's going to be abundance here. Legacies are being looked into, whether it is will, testaments, or marriages, commitments. But an offer is coming, and it's going to be celebrated, and there will be satisfaction because the truth is coming. Let's take an oracle message. This is an interesting read. Again, it's all about relationships and how you relate, and whether it is to do with your work or to do with your personal life, you will come to major decision-making processes, I would say, and you make decisions, and then you'll change your mind or you'll change direction. Again, nothing is set in stone. Everything is subject to change according to your mood in particular, especially with Earth, because you take your time. Things are slow, but they are meaningful. There is meaning in everything that you do. And rightly so, because you're seeking out the truth. At least between now and the middle of November, you're looking into what is really truthful to you, from you, within you, and what you want, what you see yourself becoming. These major changes are happening for everyone. Thank you, Spirit. What is the oracle message for this reading? And we have the yin. So again, the Queen of Cups, that's Ace of Cups, the Empress, the High Priestess. They're all coming in present in this reading. And there she is again. For the yin, that feminine receptivity, that openness, that wanting to be healed or both. And then there's the happy. So if we were at the 2, then we were at the 1, which is the masculine energy. So we're becoming balanced within ourselves with the yin, because she is the feminine. But let's see where we were for the yang, where that's the masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen, taking action. So you've taken action, you've done the work, so to speak. And now you are receiving, or you're open to receiving, and you're looking into the emotional connection, which is the feminine principle of receptivity, letting someone else make the first move, gathering information and taking in cues, the art of conscious allowing. So this is where you wait, again, with patience, where you know you need to wait because you want that commitment to come to you. So you're being very patient, which is good. Let's see where this takes us with the relationship. Let others take the lead right now. Your power lies in small gestures, soft awareness, and conscious surrender. By yielding the reins, you will find yourself effortlessly moving closer to what you truly desire. Permit others to tell you who they are and who they can be to you by allowing their actions to speak about them. You'll be pleasantly surprised. So something good is going to come. Okay, and again, those of you who feel you need to leave, then you must, and rightly so, because you are pushed into doing that by Spirit. You're divinely guided to follow that path and do so. But don't go away with anger. Again, follow that receptivity. Be open. Be open to what can come to you. If it is you know that you must leave a situation, it is not the end. You are able to have another relationship with another soul. And the happy. Let's see, 26th. Wow, it opened up right away. Essential meanings of happy, joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. So we'll take the oracle message on that one. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing and able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy. The liberation that comes from actually being happy, moment to moment, for you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside yourself. Your happiness is a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. So yeah, just if you feel like you are in a good place, you are. You'll be there for as long as you choose to be there. But if you're not, then you need to be open to being in that good place and allow the healing to come. Give yourself time and space, but follow the truth. And with that, I thank you for showing up, for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Until your next read, Earth Element, love and light.